Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Friday, March 27th, and we got a massive sell-off on our hands. Gnarly crap's going on. Gnarly, gnarly, gnarly. So we are heading lower. We are down in correction territory, down in the 6,400 range. We've been sold off our 100 points to the downside. It's been a straight shot to the downside. Not much strength in the market at all. And that's going into a weekend full of uncertainty is what it is. So uncertainty, just leaning on everything, and that's where we are. So I would stay range bound buys to the downside and trade it from the short side. What much else to do with it? Now we just need a tweet coming out saying that the strait is open and we'll be straight up again, like as a rocket. But right now, everyone is scared and getting out of it and moving and doing stuff. Two trades on me on ES. I just took one here early on here. That was after that little rundown on the rotation I had, habit trade. I almost repaired it once. I had my stop out here outside the obvious. Um, I didn't feel my second target, and then they started heading lower. I could have been a bigger trade, but I sat in that thing. It actually went to break even, and then they stopped me out, and I did a little bit higher, so it didn't work out. So $11 on two trades. One trade on the Nasdaq were $6. That was over here. Getting short. I mean, I haven't been super aggressive on it. I could have been a little bit later here in the afternoon here. Afternoon weakness was definitely tradable. After that 1 o'clock hour, 1 o'clock, when I started heading lower, definitely tradable. And I just kind of messed that up. I left that on the table. So, and if you move this together a little bit, you can see here's the 1 o'clock hour, a little pop, and then they started selling off. And here you have it like a non-stop to the downside. A nice move, and they took out the low, so we had a move out of the middle to the downside in intraday, that is. And so short side has been dominating. You should have been trading it from the short side. Buying the pullback or the reversals has not been a good strategy today at all. So it could have been if you can time them, but they're not going far and they're reversing right back at you. So both ES and Nasdaq to the downside. Nasdaq is down to the 23,300. So you can see in the Nasdaq's capital flow chart, we are down below every support that I have. We are in price discovery to the downside right now. This is how crazy this is. So we'll see how bad it's going to get. But ES and Nasdaq in the toilet, yeah, heading lower. It's been one rough trading day for sure. Tradable for futures, very tradable. After the morning slump back and forth, definitely the net to the downside developed. We didn't get much of a valid intraday to lean against. I mean, not much of that at all. If I crush this together a little bit on the ES, like this, you say we had this at the London. Oops, a little bit too much. So as you can see here at the London close, we had a little attempt to take it up here towards the mean. No attempt, not working, and then you see all the way just steady to the downside since. Or trading it from the short side has been a working ticket. The only time was at the 1:30 here when I had a little sort of 1 o'clock when I had this little pop to the upside, a little fake out algo move there, and then we were straight to the downside after that. So yeah, trading from the short side, that's for sure. That's where we are right now. So two trades on the ES, one trade on the Nasdaq. Not much to show for it, but then again, it's been we kind of had a good trade occasion and be prepared to sit in it. And as I said, I sat in the ES trade a while before it stopped me out. Same story here before it stopped me out. It's like okay, can't do better, you know. It's kind of as long as you put a little bit of time into it. Right now, it looks like we are in MN last half hour. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna get some strength, or are we just going to a little bit of pop and then further weakness? I'm thinking weakness, so I'm still selling strength for rotations down. Oil is to the upside. That's the key reason. You can see here is oil. Yeah, but trading up to $100 right now. So that trading higher. No, nothing to do. Nothing much you can do about that. So oil trading higher. There you go. And that's part of the issue we have. Bond market very tradable, but it's well not super tradable, but it's been moving for sure. Been some volatility now. If I could be smart enough to figure out that this was going to happen, I actually talked about it this morning. That potential for a reversal trade when they take it lower like that and then retrace hard. And it's been one of these. They did reprice it and sat up here at the highs for a while before they started drifting lower. So a lot of range on the bonds today. Very tradable in that sense. But you had to be willing to take that long trade on the way up. I was still thinking short out of the market on the way up, and I was just late to it. The only pullback I could get in on was over here, and I missed that one. And after that, you kind of had to chase it almost. That's how crazy it was. So a lot of range. Nice retest failure up here. I missed that one too. I didn't quite hit it. It just touched the higher, but it was kind of failing at 20s, and they were ticking up at 21. So they kind of threw me off a bit. I didn't do anything on that one. I missed that one. But bond market definitely first down, then back up. So yields kind of holding steady, I think, from where it started off today. But I would say range bias is still to the downside on the bond. You can see that they're steadily taking this lower. The yields overall is coming up. So there we have it. All right, let's see how bad it's going to get. Now, yes, it's right back down again, getting into that last half hour. Now, I'm not going to trade it anymore. I'm done trying to get on this thing. It's one of these things you have to be yeah, you have to be willing to sit through it. But late in the day on a Friday, after a few trades which kind of have gone nowhere, I just kind of skipping it. Now, just because it's heading lower like this doesn't mean you can just sell the low and hope for the best. Sometimes you get these little snapbacks, like right here. That snapback, if you try to get short on that way down at 23, you had to fade almost 12 points of heat on that one. That's a little bit much, you know. They would have shaken out stops outside the obvious. So shit like that happens in the middle of it. So you gotta be mindful about that. It's not just a straight shot to the downside. But anyway, we'll see where they go. But that's how we can wrap up this Friday. Let's see how the weekend turns out. There's going to be some action over the weekend. But man, this is one risk off kind of in the market, you know. Very ugly, very ugly. Not fun at all. IRAs are in the toilet as well. Alrighty, guys, we'll leave it there. I'll see you back bright and early on Monday, and we'll go at it again. Alrighty, guys, later.